Welcome to the comments section of our movie discussion, where we dive deep into the dramatic and twisting events of The Bold and the Beautiful. Today, we're exploring a storyline that is as intense as it is emotionally charged, revealing layers of betrayal, dark secrets, and morally complex decisions. This narrative, driven by the actions and inner conflicts of its characters, invites us to consider the repercussions of passion, revenge, and the lengths to which one might go when pushed to the edge. At the heart of this tumultuous tale lies Sheila, a character whose initial bond with Poppy is shattered by a devastating betrayal. In a shocking twist, Sheila discovers that Poppy has seduced her young son, Finn. What began as a moment of connection and trust between Sheila and Poppy quickly transforms into a scene of agony and fury. Sheila's initial closeness with Poppy turns into deep-seated resentment as the reality of Poppy's betrayal sets in. It is not just the betrayal of trust that hurts Sheila. It is the exploitation of her son's innocence that fuels her anger and propels her toward a dark path of vengeance. The complexity of Sheila's emotions is palpable. Her inability to reconcile the warmth she once felt with Poppy with the horror of the act itself demonstrates the conflict between human vulnerability and the desire for retribution. Finn, who remains at the center of this emotional storm, symbolizes the unintended victim in this power struggle. His youth and innocence stand in stark contrast to the calculated cruelty of the betrayal, amplifying the sense of injustice that permeates the narrative. Every decision and every action taken by the characters reflects the ripple effects of trust broken and innocence violated. As the storyline unfolds, Sheila's anger evolves into a chilling determination. Consumed by thoughts of retribution, she resolves that Poppy's actions warrant a punishment so severe that forgiveness becomes an impossible notion. This transformation in Sheila is emblematic of the darker side of human nature, where grief and betrayal can twist into an obsession with vengeance. Determined to restore what she perceives as a moral balance, Sheila embarks on a plan that escalates far beyond mere emotional turmoil. Her scheme grows into a deadly resolution to murder Poppy and conceal her body, an act that underlines just how far one might go when the bonds of trust are shattered. However, the narrative does not stop at personal vendetta. In an unexpected twist that deepens the intrigue, Sheila's calculated plan takes an even more sinister turn. Rather than simply committing the crime and fleeing, she meticulously orchestrates a frame-up to shift the blame away from herself. Her ingenious yet morally reprehensible strategy involves planting evidence, specifically leaving a lock of hair belonging to Stephy at the crime scene. This deceitful maneuver not only misdirects the investigation but also ensnares an innocent person in a web of guilt and suspicion. Stephy, caught in the crossfire of Sheila's meticulously laid trap, becomes the scapegoat for a crime she did not commit. The police, guided by the evidence conveniently provided by Sheila's cunning plan, arrest Stephy with little room for doubt about her involvement. This development raises a profound question for both the characters and the audience. Can Stephy ever be exonerated from a crime that was engineered by someone with a dark, vengeful heart? The tension surrounding Stephy's fate exemplifies the tragic consequences of manipulative actions and the far-reaching impact of one person's quest for revenge. Beyond the immediate shock of betrayal and framing, the story invites us to consider broader themes of morality and the human condition. Sheila's transformation from a woman who once shared a bond with Poppy to one who orchestrates a deadly and deceptive plan mirrors the age-old struggle between right and wrong. In her quest for justice for her son, she crosses boundaries that many of us would consider unthinkable. The conflict that arises between the desire to protect loved ones and the temptation to seek revenge is central to the narrative. It forces the audience to reflect on whether the ends can ever justify the means, especially when the price of retribution is the destruction of another innocent life. Similarly, the character of Poppy embodies the theme of moral ambiguity. Her actions, while indefensible in their exploitation of Finn's vulnerability, are wrapped in layers of complexity that invite us to question her motivations. Was it a moment of weakness, a lapse in judgment, or was there something more sinister at play? Poppy's behavior challenges the audience to explore the gray areas of human behavior where the lines between right and wrong become blurred. In a world where loyalty and betrayal often coexist, her character serves as a reminder that actions driven by passion can lead to irreversible consequences. The framing of Stephy further complicates the moral landscape of the story. An innocent individual, Stephy is thrust into a scenario that she did not create, a scenario that transforms her life into a legal and personal nightmare. Her arrest is not just a plot twist but a symbol of how easily justice can be manipulated by those with ulterior motives. The question of whether anyone can prove Stephy's innocence lingers like a dark cloud over the narrative. It challenges both the characters and the audience to seek truth amidst a carefully constructed illusion of guilt. This element of the plot is a powerful commentary on the nature of evidence, the fallibility of the justice system, and the vulnerability of the innocent when caught in the crosshairs of deception. As we continue to unravel the threads of this dramatic tapestry, it becomes evident that The Bold and the Beautiful is much more than a simple tale of love, betrayal, and revenge. It is an exploration of how deep emotional wounds can drive individuals to commit acts that, while seemingly justified in the eyes of the aggrieved, ultimately lead to more pain and suffering. Sheila's story is a tragic reminder that when personal emotions are allowed to dictate actions, the resulting decisions can spiral into irreversible acts of violence and injustice. Her meticulous planning, her cold resolve, and her willingness to sacrifice an innocent life in her quest for vengeance create a narrative that is as cautionary as it is captivating. The interplay between personal desire, moral corruption, and the societal quest for justice forms the core of this cinematic experience. Each character, with their own set of motivations and internal conflicts, represents a facet of the human experience. The emotional and ethical dilemmas they face force us to confront our own values and the potential consequences of our actions when pushed beyond our limits. In a sense, the film serves as both a mirror and a magnifying glass, reflecting our own vulnerabilities and scrutinizing the complex interplay between emotion and reason. Throughout the movie, we see the ripple effects of each decision, how one act of betrayal can lead to a chain reaction of destructive events. The initial shock of Poppy's seduction of Finn sets off a domino effect that transforms personal betrayal into a full-blown criminal investigation, implicating the innocent and driving the aggrieved to the brink of moral collapse. This cascade of events underscores a universal truth. When trust is violated, the ensuing struggle to reclaim a sense of justice can lead to unforeseen and often tragic consequences. Moreover, the narrative invites us to consider the concept of redemption in a world where actions have irreversible outcomes. While Sheila's pursuit of vengeance might seem justified to her in the context of her personal loss, the means by which she seeks retribution ultimately undermine any possibility of moral redemption. Her willingness to frame Stephy, an act that not only misdirects the course of justice but also deepens the tragedy, leaves the audience pondering the cost of such decisions. Can true justice ever be achieved when the pursuit of retribution blinds one to the inherent value of human life and the possibility of forgiveness? This is a question that lingers long after the credits roll. In the end, The Bold and the Beautiful challenges us to navigate a labyrinth of emotions and ethical dilemmas. The characters' journeys, marked by passion, betrayal, and a desperate bid for justice, serve as a powerful reminder of the complexities of human nature. As viewers, we are invited to reflect on our own responses to betrayal and the lengths we might go to protect those we love. The film leaves us with a poignant message: that the path to healing and redemption is often fraught with difficult choices and moral quandaries, and that the line between right and wrong is not always as clear as it seems. Thank you for joining us on this in-depth exploration of one of the most riveting storylines in The Bold and the Beautiful. We hope this analysis has provided you with fresh insights into the characters and themes that make this movie so compelling. As we say goodbye, remember to subscribe to our channel, like the video, and share your thoughts in the comments below. Your engagement helps keep the conversation alive and deepens our collective understanding of the intricate web of human emotions and actions depicted in this cinematic masterpiece. Goodbye for now, and don't forget to register on our channel for more insightful discussions and updates on the latest movies.